Hello friends, in this video we are going to discover the top 10 most beautiful cities in Connecticut. A member of the 13 original colonies, Connecticut is among the oldest states in the country. This state is a rich tapestry of national history and harbors exciting stories from the Revolutionary War and Civil War periods. You can learn more about the Constitution State by visiting some of its oldest small towns. Their well-preserved historic districts display old-world architecture, resulting in the most beautiful downtown skylines in the region. From grand Georgian Revival homes overlooking lush greens to seaside commercial buildings frozen in time, strolling these locations feels like stepping back into centuries past. Preservation efforts have kept landmarks intact as reminders of cultural periods that shaped the Nutmeg State. On your next itinerary, consider exploring these historic towns in Connecticut renowned for their architectural splendors, which reflect years of rich heritage through intricate facades and character-rich details. Kindly make sure to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon before we start this video about the 10 most beautiful cities in Connecticut. Now let's dig deeper into each of the top 10 most beautiful cities in Connecticut. Number 10. Stonington. This historic New London County borough has existed for over 3.5 centuries. It has a rich maritime heritage and hosts the state's few remaining lobster and fishing fleets. Stonington's rich history means it has well-preserved structures as a window to the earlier years. The Stonington Lighthouse Museum is a notable mention, boasting a legacy from the mid-19th century. Unique for its stone construction, it houses a vast exhibit collection shedding light on the lives of fishermen, captains, sailors, and explorers throughout its history. Another excellent example is the Captain Nathaniel B. Palmer House Museum, which impresses with its blend of Victorian Italianate and Greek Revival styles. Number 9. Mystic. Gorgeous architectural elements from the past and present give this port town one of the most beautiful downtown skylines in rural Connecticut. A renowned shipbuilding hub during its heyday, it maintains a rich maritime heritage that comes alive through some of its top attractions. The Mystic Seaport Museum is recognized among the nation's most prominent seaport museums. Besides a gorgeous facade that compels first-timers to pull out their cameras, it harbors a selection of antique sea vessels chronicling the area's nautical heritage. The Mystic Aquarium is another noteworthy building that captures your eye almost instantly. As impressive as it is from the outside, it also delivers rare encounters with exotic sea species. Meanwhile, Old Mystic Village mixes the new and the old with luxurious shopping outlets in a retro village setting. Finally, you will also want to witness the undying legacy of the Dennison Homestead, over 3 centuries old. Number 8. Litchfield. Litchfield is a designated National Historic Landmark District with an impressive mix of well-preserved structures from past periods. This charming New England village takes you back to the 18th century, with old-world architecture dominating the town green. Several historical landmarks await exploration in Litchfield, including a Nutmeg State forest set in the picturesque foothills of Litchfield. This vast property houses the summer abode of Edith Morton Chase. The Sublime Mansion offers an excellent example of superior craftsmanship employed by builders during the period. Meanwhile, the Tapping Reeve House and Law School transports you back to the 19th century with a fine collection of exhibits, manuscripts, and archives. The interactive exhibitions are based on the experiences of a student who attended the institution. Number 7. Woodberry. Popularly known as the antiques capital of Connecticut, Woodberry's wealth of antique venues reflects its rich heritage. The town has a charming historic district with old-world structures, including Greek Revival homes and antique medieval churches. Glebe House Museum and Garden exhibits one of Woodberry's best examples of Georgian colonial architecture. With a legacy as rich as the 1740s, the historic home is a prominent town landmark credited with hosting America's first Episcopal Church elections. Historians will also want to visit the 1754 House Restaurant. This historic inn is a window into bygone eras while offering guests a unique accommodation experience. It has 17 lovely guest rooms and a spacious outdoor patio. Number 6. Windsor. One of the oldest towns in Connecticut, Windsor has plenty of historical markers to showcase its lengthy heritage. The town is dotted with old-world buildings with rustic architectural styles that evoke a sense of nostalgia. Among the more prominent sites in town is the Oliver Ellsworth Homestead, which dates back to 1781. However, touring the Windsor Historical Society offers a deeper perspective of the town's past. With a rich collection of archives and manuscripts, some dating to the 17th century, the experience will prove exciting for any history enthusiast. Windsor's architectural allure is further experienced through the Windsor Art Center. With a noticeable red brick construction, this former freight house serves as a premier arts venue, hosting exhibitions and theater performances. Number 5. Westport. Westport's lovely outdoor scenery features the picturesque Atlantic Ocean. This rare backdrop helps to enhance the appearance of its downtown skyline, which features a mix of historical and modern architectural delights. The Levitt Pavilion stands out in its secluded location, displaying an all-white facade against green natural surroundings. Another important art center, the Westport Country Playhouse stages performances inside a 19th-century tannery. Another noteworthy venue to admire and explore in Westport is the Westport Museum for History and Culture. The small building exhibits exciting artifacts telling the landmark story of a quintessential New England town. Number 4. Wethersfield. Sitting just south of Hartford, Wethersfield is a charming Connecticut River community laden with historical landmarks. Its rich heritage features a mix of antique buildings that tell stories about past years. Strolling through the town's expansive historic district, the Webb Dean Stevens Museum stands out for its three-building complex from the 18th century. Another conspicuous site to check out in Wethersfield is the Keeney Memorial Cultural Center. Housed inside an imposing Victorian home along Main Street, the venue dominates the downtown skyline. Meanwhile, visiting the Wethersfield Historical Society vividly portrays Connecticut's oldest historic district. Walking through its rustic halls exposes you to a vast collection of artifacts and archives that bring the town's rich history to life. Number 3. Lebanon. Like its name, Lebanon harbors a Revolutionary War history that earned it the tag "Heartbeat of the Revolution." It was the home of Governor Jonathan Trumbull, who convened the Council of Safety against the favor of the British. Today, you can see where he stayed by touring the Governor Jonathan Trumbull House from 1735. The antique building remains a vital town landmark, reminding visitors of its role in kick-starting the American Revolution. Meanwhile, tourists can learn more about Lebanon's captivating history and architectural appeal at the Lebanon Historical Society. This multiple building complex in the historic town green features several antique buildings showcasing various artifacts from Lebanon's past. Beyond its artificial beauty, Lebanon's natural allure shines through Nutmeg State Park, whose lush greenery charmingly contrasts the downtown buildings. Number 2. East Haddam. Well-preserved old-world styles, from Victorian to Federal-era architecture, make this Middlesex County village easy on the eyes. Exploring the town streets, newcomers are quick to notice Gillette Castle's appearance. This medieval-looking castle delights with rustic elements all over its facade, enhanced by its strategic location high above the Connecticut River. Goodspeed Opera House is another riverside gem you will notice in East Haddam. Built in 1876, the institution's conspicuous white color and grandiose scale stick out next to its green surroundings, exposing an architectural masterpiece that doubles as a world-class theater venue. East Haddam's architectural allure is not limited to its historical buildings. The East Haddam Swing Bridge is a postcard-worthy landmark, straddling the Connecticut River to connect Haddam with East Haddam. Out of the over 11,000 people who cross the bridge daily, quite a number are tourists looking to get a perfect photo on the bridge for their Instagram. Number 1. Guilford. Colonial architecture in Guilford's downtown hints at its 17th-century English settlement roots. The town boasts a lovely historic district lined with antique structures that look stunning against the backdrop of the Atlantic coast. Guilford houses one of the state's oldest structures, the Henry Whitfield State Museum. This rustic stone structure from 1639 predates the town's settlement. Guests can browse period furnishings and artifacts, which provides tourists with an intimate look into the old days. Highland House is another iconic landmark in Guilford that stands out from its red facade. Despite being constructed in the early 1700s, it remains one of the best-preserved buildings from the era. Guilford balances its historical treasures with more contemporary offerings. For instance, Guilford Common showcases the town's more modern architectural elements, assisting in bringing out the best of both worlds for sightseers. Conclusion. Exploring rustic downtowns and the profile towns in Connecticut allows history buffs to step back in time amid beautiful architectural treasures representative of period styles. Preservation work maintaining iconic landmarks helps narrate local heritage through colonials, federal structures, and later revivals. A stroll along main streets transports viewers to simpler eras when skilled craftsmen erected enduring buildings currently defining quaint skylines. On your trip, learn exciting stories documenting changes in communities over generations in the Nutmeg State's most historic neighborhoods. So, which are your favorite cities among the top 10 most beautiful cities in Connecticut? Well, that's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content of this video, click the subscribe button so you can receive more content like this. Post your favorite cities among the top 10 most beautiful cities in Connecticut in the comments below. I'd love to read them and I'm sure others would too.